This show is brought to you in part by Wayne County Community College District, where education shines bright.
What's happening in entertainment? From Tinseltown to the Big Apple, this is your weekly entertainment magazine with Greg Dunmore of Pulsebeat.tv.
Pulse of a new generation, Pulsebeat.tv.
Hi, and as always, I welcome you to another edition of Pulsebeat.tv, Greg Dunmore's Hot Happenings. Now, nothing was hotter nor more happening that we've covered than the Ford Freedom Award with Usher and some stellar men of courage. Then we had an opportunity to talk to Detroit actor now living in Hollywood, Robert Forte Shannon, who is featured in John Travolta's newest flick, I Am Wrath. Then, in the heart of Highland Park, we found a fascinating place, Nandy's Knowledge Cafe, and books and more. And we had a chance to be introduced to a very fascinating young woman. And we're going to go back to DMK, who we first talked about Empire and the fact that they would be on that show. And of course, they were. And it was hot and definitely happening. So stay tuned.
My two sons, both are releasing new albums. I need you to sing like you're gonna die tomorrow. Like this is the last song you will ever sing. To the Empire.
This is hot and definitely happening. We're at Mo Better Blues in the heart of Detroit. History in the making. As we predicted, Pulsebeat.tv said DMK was going right to the top, where you are witnessing this love fest for DMK because of being on Empire. And guess who said it first? We know that Destiny's Child, they had it, and the Supremes, they had it, and DMK, you've got it.
Thank you.
And you know what? There's a television show out now called Empire. Have you seen the show? So, I'm just thinking that maybe that they will have you on the show and they'll build something around a girl group that, do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, yes, definitely. I like how that sounds.
So now what do you think about being on that show?
I love the show. Like, it's absolutely amazing. And I think because we come from doing a lot of plays, we have a passion for acting too. So I think we fit right in. It's about music, so why not? We can sing at the beginning of the show, so why not?
This is hot and definitely happening. We're at Mo Better Blues in the heart of Detroit. History in the making. As we predicted, Pulsebeat.tv said DMK was going right to the top, where you are witnessing this love fest for DMK because of being on Empire. And guess who said it first? I said it. They made it happen. And together, the legacy of Detroit contribution to female groups is continuing. Congratulations, DMK. You three are the epitome of fabulous. So you're really finding that word for Detroit. We are so excited about DMK. You've got to let us know what is going on in the mind right now during this fabulous evening.
Oh, I don't even know. I'm just so excited. I just really don't know how to feel right now. It's so much to take in.
So I cried.
Did you? She did.
I don't know. I still haven't really settled into the idea that we were legit just on Empire.
Rewatch it.
1,000,001 times, and then I might cry later.
Major. This is Major, and Major means something to us because we love Major. That is the song that is going to go right to the top. And fabulous also, so just let us know for all of your fans, because now you are truly international. Just say something about what you're feeling right now, defining this moment, giving somebody motivation right now.
I feel absolutely grateful. I feel blessed. I'm sure I can speak for them when I say that it's one of the best experiences we've had so far. We can't wait to see where this takes us. As far as inspiration to anyone trying to do this, we're literally regular girls who are just chasing our dreams. And if that's what you want to do, go after it.
Let's see. The Supremes, TLC, Destiny's Child, DM.
Hey!
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Pulse of a new generation, Pulsebeat.tv.
107.3 FM, WVIE.
How would you like for this to be you? Well, it could be. If you have the desire to be an independent radio personality, paying yourself, this is your chance. WVIE 107.3 FM and WHPR 88.1 FM are looking for people with outgoing personalities who can attract sponsors. Launch your career on a radio station with the latest technology in broadcasting. WVIE 107.3 and WHPR 88.1. If you're into talk, R&B, oldies, jazz, gospel, or soca, Radio We Can See is where you need to be.
88.1 FM, WHPR.
Have your own radio show. We have block time available. Call 313-868-6612. Radio We Can See. Broadcasting live in the Virgin Islands and Detroit. Comcast Cable 91, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Pulse of a new generation. Pulsebeat.TV.
Detroit and Highland Park are filled with fascinating places, and among the most fascinating would be Nandy's, Knowledge Cafe, and books and more. And when you're in a place that is as unusual and dynamic as Nandy's, you're bound to meet somebody dynamic, unusual, and fascinating.
So it's 4 quick characters, so you'll see me transition from Mrs. Smith, which was inspired by my grandmother, Mrs. Puerto Rico, which is inspired by some high school friends of mine, Mrs. Daisy, which was inspired by when I went to Alabama, and Miss Chang is the last character that you'll be able to see. So sit back, relax, you will see a very theatrical production.
Hold on, don't look too hard now, baby. This is how you go out in the summertime now, baby. You cover it all up. Back in my day, we covered it all up. We made them wonder. Is you real or is you not?
Now, you've got 4 women. Yeah. I'm thinking of Nina Simone. You know, she had a wonderful song about four women, but you've got a one-woman show that is focused on 4 women. Now, the dream is to take it from Detroit to Broadway, and you've actually already done that because you were at 1515 Broadway. We're talking about the Broadway in New York.
Yes.
So let us know the winning strategy. I'm going to say it's going to be a winning strategy of how do you foresee from Detroit to New York's? Okay. They call it the Great White Way, but it's going to be a little different if you take it to the Great White Way. But let us know, how do you do that?
Okay. The way I want to do that is I continue to teach acting classes and just exposing myself to different people and just having them to learn from the way I teach acting, because I teach that acting is a sport. I've coached before in basketball. I love basketball, play basketball. And so what I do is as I'm training, I'm showing how I'm different and how I'm more unique in regards to the characters that I bring to the table. And I like to bring a variety of different voices. And with those voices, I want people to see the uniqueness in them and see that, okay, this is something that everybody needs to see.
So it's so emotional. You know? It's so emotional right now. You know? Like, you know, I try to keep my boyfriends in line, and I can't even keep one in line. That's what I'm talking about all the time, you know? So, I'm here in intervention today because my boyfriend's madre, she embarrassed me so bad at church, you know? It's my first time going to church and everything like that, you know?
So even if I have to do a tour on my own first where I'm booking myself, because that's what I'm doing currently. So, and as I book myself, I want to eventually add on some other people to help book me and then eventually get to Broadway. So I have 2 people right now who asked me, could they book me? And they've been booking me at least once a month. So.
Wow. Now, so therefore you're saying the route from Detroit to Broadway is that you're going to do the show where the spotlight and the attention is going to be so charismatic and wonderful that the Broadway conoscente, the Broadway producers are going to be knocking on your door. And we can say that we spotlighted you first here on Pulsebeat.tv, so we feel honored. Now, is there anybody that has been a true inspiration to you as an actress? Who is your muse?
Okay. I really like Whoopi Goldberg, like you said.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is going to crumble.
I've been watching her since The Color Purple. And actually, when they were filming Oprah did a show in Chicago called There Are No Children Here, and we were some of the youth that were in that show in one of the parks on the west side of Chicago. So I've always loved acting. So Whoopi has been one of the people I've been watching. And then in regards to one-woman show and just studying the one-woman show aspect, I've been watching Sarah Jones.
Well, my characters, like the ones in my shows, allow me to play with the spaces between those questions. And so I've brought a couple of them with me. And, well, they're very excited.
It's heartening to me, even though, quite frankly, some of your presentations are horrifying, absolutely horrifying.
I am a human rights advocate. And usually my work, it takes me to Washington, D.C. And there I must attend these meetings, mingling with some tiresome politicians, trying to make me feel comfortable by telling how often they are eating the curry in Georgetown.
My name is Habiba Rahal, and I would like to, first of all, thank Sarah Jones for putting all of the pressure on the only Arab who she brought with her.
So, and then just her different characters. So I definitely have really loved the way they brought that to the table. So.
Now, we know Chicago certainly has a wonderful history of delivering to the world wonderful talent, but they don't upstage Detroit. So we're glad that you're doing it in Detroit. But there's a circuit here, and this is why we love doing this show, because we like to introduce people to venues that maybe they would not know about. Now, you're going to be doing the show at a place that is in the heart of Highland Park.
Yes.
And you've also done the show in Waterford.
Yes.
And I want you to know, or I want you to tell the audience about these two venues, because they're under the radar, as the saying goes, but there's certainly two venues that are worthy of our audience's support. So let us know about both venues.
Okay, so our venue is called NTP, National Theatrical Productions, and we're a theater company. We pride ourselves as Michigan's performing arts market. So, and we've been around for 10 years with the stage production, but we've only been open in Waterford for 2 years. And so it's 2397 Elizabeth Lake Road, and that's in Waterford 48328. So it's right off Elizabeth Lake and Telegraph. Anybody that's familiar with the Oakland County courts is 2 minutes away from there.
Okay.
So
now, let us know about this wonderful venue where the spirit is so strong. I'm feeling it. We're actually interviewing you in one of the facilities. And let us know about, well, the Knowledge Cafe and the theater in which you're doing your one-woman show this evening.
Okay, it's at Nandy's. That's where we're at right now, Knowledge Cafe. And the beauty of it is someone came to our venue and was like, this is similar to another venue we're familiar with. I was like, what venue is that? Because I knew nothing of Nandy's. And so in coming here, it's like, wow, it was amazing. All the books that she has here, so much that she does for the community, similar to what we do, but it's amazing how we all come together and just have something for the city to be able to utilize and to be able to come and perform. And so Freeway booked me tonight, so proud to be here today.
You are a MRS, a Mrs. for two different reasons, because you're married to a guy that I know is very supportive of your career, but you're a Mrs. because of being Mrs. Michigan. Let us know about that.
Okay, I am the first black Mrs. Michigan with Universal Dreams Pageant. And I was just awarded this last year, so it carries on to this year, and I'll be passing my title on sometime at the end of the year. And I'll be going for another pageant in November, and that's Mrs. Black. I don't know all the title for it, but Mrs. Black Michigan.
Well,
so
you know, there's a lot of M's there because you are Marline,
Massasoit,
and you are also Mrs. Michigan.
Yes, so 2015.
And you're also marvelous.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Continued success.
Thank you.
We're not going to even have a service today. Not going to have a sermon. Be a what? Be a what? We're not going to have a sermon. My prayer time was good enough. I'm going to go down the street to the Black Tie restaurant. Does anybody want anything up in this trailer? Does anybody eat up in this trailer?
Pulse of a new generation. Pulsebeat.
Among the many outstanding things that can be said about Detroit is its fine reputation in the dramatic arts. We've done some fantastic things, and in the dramatic arts, the Detroit Public Theater is spotlighting some of the very finest pieces in the heart of downtown Detroit in Orchestra Hall. Also symbolizing acting at its very best is Detroit born actor, now living in Hollywood, Robert Forte Shannon, sometimes known as Robert 7 Shannon, and he's starring in John Travolta's newest flick, I Am Ralph.
Spokesperson for Governor Reserve says that these shootings are not random acts of violence.
Robert, this is exciting that you are in I Am Ralph and you're one of Detroit's very own. I gotta know, what are you feeling right now?
Oh man, I'm excited. I mean, you know, as far as the blood pumping and, you know, just the excitement, the joy that I feel about life itself and what, you know, God has in store for me, I feel real good, you know. I can't wait to see. I've already seen it on the big screen one time, you know, the duel with Travolta, and on the big screen, the duel with Travolta would never get old. So, you know, I can't wait to see it again. And for some of my people to see it, you know, they went somewhere, got my people with me, checking us out, you know. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Your journey as an actor has been rather fascinating because we have done the AMC television show.
Yeah, Low Winter Sun. Yeah,
of course. And we were in
Sparkle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, name drop some more. Let us know some of the other outstanding things that you've done.
I've done Chicago PD. I've done 12 Monkeys. What else have I done? There's a pilot that I've done in Chicago that I pray that Showtime picks up, because if they do, I've got a recurring role on it. It's untitled, produced by Common, and written and created by Lena Waithe, who's a genius. What else? I'll give you some, you know, inside scoop type deal right now.
Okay.
The reason why I'm not shaved up particularly is because I have a role coming up where I have to go down to Atlanta for a scene with Michael Ealy for the new Jacob's Ladder movie. So I'm really excited about that. I'll be playing a homeless veteran, you know, suffering from PTSD. So, you know, we'll see how big that is and what all that is. But that's all I'm gonna say, because that's all I know right now.
Well, we love our scoops. Now, we know that you're in Los Angeles now, but being from Detroit, let us know, being a homegrown actor from the city of Detroit, has that given you an edge or any sort of advantage as compared to anybody else you've met from another city that is in Hollywood?
I definitely think so. Being from Detroit, it just creates the most remarkable beast of all, I think. You know, being able to do what I've done, as you may have seen, you know, at 7 as a musician, you know, around Detroit, which is, I feel, the hardest city probably in the world. You know, I didn't make money here, you know, but I got love, and that was enough, and that is enough to where if you can go anywhere else, if you can do what you did in Detroit, to do that, I've seen remarkable things, you know. So I think the main thing is, when you're from Detroit, it breeds a certain type of monster, which is like great. You know, you go places and you do things, you tackle things, you know. It's easy. It is.
Now, an actor, for many people, that is a dream come true job. It's a fantasy job for a lot of people, and it is now your reality. Let us know the biggest illusion about being an actor and the biggest thrill of being an actor.
It's great questions, great questions. The biggest illusion about being an actor is people see it and they think that, you know, emulation and imitation, you know, is the best form of flattery, but it's not as simple as you may think. You know, you don't know how many takes it takes. You know, you don't know how long the days are. You know, the emotional strain that it has on you, and the level of like experience that you must actually take as a person to actually be a good actor. One role is one thing. Some people see one role and they're like, oh, I can do that. Maybe you can, because that's you. you know, that's easy. You do that right now. But actually being that, that's the thing. So I think the biggest discrepancy is when people say, oh, yeah, I can do that. I want to do that. This glitz and glamour. I want to do that. Da 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 da. it's fine and dandy. It's a lot of dirt and struggle as well. You know, you gotta learn how to love that as well. Now the other question, what's the other question?
What is the biggest thrill, the thing that's most exciting?
That's, oh man, I love it all. I love it all. I love every second of it, but I must say, the works. The works. When I did Sparkle, it was the first time that I ever heard, you know, like a PA or one of the ADs. They're like, hey, yeah, so, okay, Robert, so, you know, you're gonna get there, call time 8 a.m., and then you're gonna go through the works. And I'm like, I wonder what the works are, you know? So you go, and then you're like, oh, this is the works, you know, hair and makeup, you know, like everything. You don't have to do anything. They got your wardrobe. You can go in there however, and they're going to turn you into Cinderella, you know, Spindafella. So, yeah, who doesn't like, you know, to be pampered and to, like, feel as though all that dirt and struggle that you went through is this. Like, yo, yeah, this is me today, you know? So, I mean, that in itself is rewarding.
Because we were among the very first in the media, if not the very first, to predict Robert Shannon is going to receive an Academy Award.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. I hope you know what, I'm going to remember that you said it before I even thought about it, man. Actually, no, I didn't think about it. You know, of course, I'm like, one day. But I got to give you props. I'm going to give y'all props. Y'all going to be right after my parents.
Fantastic. As they say, dreams come true, and you are a living example of dreams coming true. Tony Bennett, before your day, but still a hot singer. He's got a signature song, The Best Is Yet to Come, and you're among the very best.
Oh, man, thank you very much.
Fantastic.
I appreciate it.
You think you can go back to your old life?
I have to.
You either got to kill them all or run.
I'm not running.
Find these guys, find their families, and kill them.
You're supposed to count to 3. Is that right?
Pulse of a new generation. PulsebeatTV.
Nothing is hotter or more happening than Ford Motor Company, their Stellar Salute, the Ford Freedom Award, which this year is about the narrative of what courage is about. And certainly we had a chance to talk to some men of courage. And when men of courage are gathered together, we know that the best is yet to come.
I could steal one final chance, one final walk, one final dance with him.
Bottom line, African American men have long used whatever platform they have, whether the NFL or fatherhood, to better their communities in our world.
Well, I just want to let them know that, hey, I'm from Detroit, born and raised, you know, Plymouth, Wyoming, went to McKenzie High School, and I was able to have success. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility. You can have success as well. All you have to be doing is willing to work hard and believe in whatever it is that you're doing, and you can be successful.
He's one of the great entertainers of our time, selling more than 75 million albums, making him one of the best-selling artists in American music history. I guess you figured it out. Equally impressive is his commitment to giving back. He founded Usher's New Look Foundation, which has trained and certified over 25,000 youth as leaders globally in partnership with Emory University. So, to present the 2016 Ford Freedom Scholar Award, please welcome Detroit Piston All-Star Andre Drummond and 8-time Grammy winner Usher Raymond IV.
When I was actually honored in 2010, I acknowledged the power of standing on the shoulders of the men like the co-honoree, John Johnson, a true entrepreneur.
We've been able to do collaborative beats, Ford Motor Company and the New Look Foundation, mentoring youth,
supporting young entrepreneurs here in Detroit. You know, being honored in 2010, that was kind of like the beginning of me being associated specifically with regards to men of courage. And like John Johnson, I think that he is a shining example of what we all can become as entrepreneurs. Like, you know, Barry Gordy, who is homegrown, you know, took $800 and built an entire legacy. That is what Detroit is. And just really happy to be here to celebrate these young men and women that we've been able to mentor. But tonight, to recognize the men of courage.
And the most challenging thing about being a businessman would be what?
Man, your ability to, you know, call the shots and be able to make, you know, be more than a consumer. Be a creator, be creative. That's the greatest part of it all.
Tonight we are honoring a living legend, a man who has put generation after generation on his shoulders to reach its full potential. Sports Magazine once dubbed Dave Dean, Mr. Unsung About. With his
Give us, in advancing the narrative of man certainly of courage, what might you say?
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
And when you talk about dreams coming true, let us know a dream that is yet to come true because you've done so much.
I'm dreaming that the city of Detroit is going to be a great city again.
Yes, it is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this goes out to all the family and the fathers. I made a song a long time ago called Rising to the Top. So tonight, for your listening pleasure, a couple of things that I hope you treasure. They go like this. I wanted this to be special, something more than any other feeling that you felt before. Pushing through the doors, I see girls having a good time. Might say you're old school, new school, no school.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey in what we consider to be the definitive hot and happening time. I know I had a great time. I hope you did too. So we hope to see you next week. Why? Because we know that you love hot and happening just like we do. See you next week.
Have a good time, party, chill with you.